Hi there. I know I always say this, but I'm so excited. We have our sterilized jars. We have our ume, which is Japanese plums that we got from our tree. And then I do have some that I foraged in here. So we have two different varieties of plums. We have our shiso, which we have been soaking in salt for 2 days. The plums were in our crock for weeks, 4 weeks, and then we had them out in the sun drying for the recipe I saw called for 2 days in full hot sun. We don't have full hot sun, so I did keep mine out for a little bit longer. We did cover them with a towel at night, and yeah, and then here is the vinegar, the plum vinegar that we rescued from the crock. It's real important to make sure that you keep that because you are going to need it for jarring up the ume and making umeboshi. This is my first attempt, and it has been so fun. It's taken a long, long time, but it's been so fun. All right, so I've got these really cool chopsticks that are extra long, and we are going to take and put a layer of the shiso in the bottom of our jar. And then we are going to add in the plums. Because I have the two varieties, I want to mix it up a bit. We're just going to stack those in a nice little layer. So yeah, about like that. I hope you can see. And then we're going to add in some more shiso. Ding. Oh, also in our crock, we had extra salt. And there's more salt here in the bottom of this left over from the shiso. We've got that salt out in the sun drying right now, and we are going to have our very own plum salt as well, which is an extra added bonus that I didn't know about. So there you go. So we have shiso, our ume, shiso, and now we're going to do another layer of the ume. Put them in there. You can see they're all wrinkled up from drying in the salt and the sun. Some more wrinkled than others, depending on the amount of sugar in them and how ripe they were. So yeah, I think we can do a little bit more. Want to make sure and get both varieties in each jar. This bigger jar is for the Butterfly Hill. And also, we have planted our own shiso plants in front of our Japanese plum trees so that we can have plenty. I did have to buy some this year, but next year we're not going to have to. And I am propagating even more so that I have plenty for next year's crop, which should be much bigger. I'm grateful that this year that we didn't have that many plums. But next year, now that we've pruned the trees, I think that we are going to get many, many more. All right, so we've got a layer there. We're going to put another layer of our shiso on top. Just kind of fold in the stem there and a little bit more. And then we're going to add our plum vinegar. I use a turkey baster for a lot of things. I think that they work awesome. I don't know how much vinegar I'm supposed to put in here. This is all an experiment, but the video that I'm following from the Japanese grandma, Oba-chan, I believe? Oba-chan, actually, said to fill it up, so that's what I'm going to do. All right, getting close. Oops. All right, and then we've got our little magnetic jar holder here. This is one of the handiest things that I have found. It sticks right there, handy for me. Let's push this down inside so that we can pick up our lid. Actually, you need to make sure that the lid is free from anything. You need a good seal. And because of all the salt in these, we don't have to boil them. We put them out in the sun. But whenever sealing up any food, it's important to make sure that that seal is clean and intact. So that little rubber thing there. You just roll that off, put it back so it's ready, and then get the lid on it. And there you have it. My first jar of Umeboshi.